So after a year of using my Dell 38-inch ultrawide monitor, I finally took the plunge and decided to upgrade to the latest model, the Dell U4919DW. A massive 49 inches of glory, equivalent to two 27-inch displays side by side. So today we're going to unbox and see what it can do. Right. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I always say that at the very end of the videos. I'm going to cut this in earlier in the video. Subscribe, please. Thank you. Now, as I said in my review on my last model, the new Dell display is one of a growing selection of direct USB-C monitors, which gets as close as possible to the Thunderbolt displays, where you used to be able to dock in the Thunderbolt screen and have all your accessories and everything else plugged in as well. So, yeah, let's get on with unboxing it. You know what's funniest is that there are handles on each side of the box so you can lift it, but it has to be a really, really long arm to be able to lift that with the same. Sorry for, yeah, you just get to see my bottom half in this video. Oh, holy mac. Doesn't even fit into the screen, does it? Whew, that's a workout doing that. So before we get hooking it up, let's just go through a few of the tech specs. The screen is a 49-inch ultra-wide curved screen that runs at 5120 by 1400 on a 32:9 with an 8 millisecond response time. And the screen is actually the exact same display panel as the LG 49-inch model. Both run at 60 Hz, although I believe I've read that this one can be overclocked to around 76 Hz reliably without it cutting out or doing anything. Color accuracy, of course, is excellent out of the box, provides 99% sRGB, which is drastically different to the LG version, the actual LG version of this monitor. So connectivity-wise, it's got two HDMI inputs, a DisplayPort, two USB 3 upstream, 5 USB downstream, and one USB-C port that charges with up to 90 watts of power delivery, which is incredible. So that means you can charge things like your Macbook Pros without it cutting out or dying. I actually had issues with my last screen, my 38-inch model of this. When my laptop's battery was low, and I plugged it into dock into my screen, it just couldn't actually give out enough power, so the screen used to cut off. So we'll be testing that today. And you might also be wondering why it has two upstream USB ports. Well, that is so you can actually connect two different computers into the same monitor and control them both with a single keyboard and mouse using the built-in KVM. So that's a pretty cool feature. And yeah, let's swap it over. Wow. What? That's just crazy. So just to cover a few things off now, we're pretty much set up. There is definitely some lost height in the monitor. So when you're switching from a 37.5-inch ultra-wide to a 49-inch ultra-wide, there is definitely some lost height. There's about an inch worth of height that you lose, which is it's interesting actually, because I've just been trying to arrange my windows, and with the 37.5-inch, I was going to get 6, 9, 12 kind of things open, because I can get something at the top and the bottom of the screen, you know, big enough to be able to use the application, but have it open permanently on screen, top and bottom. Whereas this, there certainly isn't as much room. So if I'm looking to have something open top and bottom, the apps are basically overlapping themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes across and how that works in practicality. Otherwise, let's just cover off some quick basics. Adjustment wise, it can raise up and down easily like most Dell screens. It can tilt, but contrary to what the website states, it does not swivel minus 170 to 170 degrees. I mean, technically it does, but it's the stand that swivels, so it doesn't really count. So first impressions that it is gigantic, like ridiculously gigantic. Something I've also noticed, it has a 3800R curve compared to the 2300R of the 38-inch monitor, which means it's larger and a longer screen, but it doesn't wrap around as much. And I've noticed that because it's a lot further away, and it just feels like things are slightly out of reach in some of the screens. You know, particularly if I'm sat over this end of the screen, that stuff is really, really far away. If it had a more of a pronounced curve and wrapped around a bit more, that would be certainly much better anyway. Now, a way of working around of the missing height, I guess, is that you could use spaces instead. So with Mac, you can flip between one screen to the next screen to the next screen. I've just got a shortcut set up on my mouse, so I can just kind of hold and drag to flick that across. But that certainly might be a way of me working around that issue of losing that extra kind of, losing the extra height in the resolution. In terms of the backlight bleed from the monitor as well, let's give that a quick test. I'm gonna switch the light off, and you can just see what the backlight bleed is like. And actually, it's not as bad as it looks on the screen, because what you're seeing up here is actually a reflection of the other lights that I've got on in the office. There are some lights behind us, of course, so you can see, and actually that is just a reflection. When I'm actually looking directly at it, there's a very, very small amount in the corners, a tiny, tiny amount in the corners, but I would say that's actually pretty good. I think that's really good indeed. So yeah, that's great. Thumbs up for me. I hope that was useful to anyone thinking of upgrading to the Dell 49-inch Ultrawide monitor. Slightly undecided at the moment, in all honesty. The 38-inch had that extra height, had the extra curve, but it's, of course, it's a new thing for me, so I think I might need to just play with my desk a bit, maybe move the screen further up, and just see if I can just get sat in the right position. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not already, hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos when we post them, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, bye-bye.